Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? And welcome to episode 58 of the Mayhem Show. We are doing double duty tonight, ladies and gentlemen, back to back to back to back to back to back. And we are going to welcome Mark KidWok Britten on the show tonight, folks. It's going to be awesome. I hung out with this dude at my last con appearance, and we had a great time, ladies and gentlemen, doing what we do. I got to tell you guys, I also met him at Colorado Springs Comic-Con. Colorado Springs Comic-Con being the best Comic-Con in all of Colorado and the Midwest, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure to check it out because it is the best Comic-Con. And I'm usually there. So you can come see me as well as Mark when he's there. Guys, we are going to bring him on in just a second, but right now we are talking about the WCEWF. The WCEWF on Instagram, guys. Make sure to check it out. WCEWF_wrestling on Instagram. You're going to be able to check out WCEWF on Facebook. It is a pitcher federation where I bring fantasy to wrestling. I'm doing a little booking with my action figures, taking little pictures, telling a story. Guys, if you like my writing, make sure to tell WWE. That way they hire me. Guys, we are going to get done with this intro now and bring on a man who is funny as hell. Awesome dude. His name is Mark KidWok Britten, and we're going to bring him on right now, guys. What is up, Mark?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Can you smell what the wok is cooking? Smells like hot dog fried rice, brother.
Let me ask you a question. Is it going to be gimmick infringement when we put the wok in a book because we've already written it into a wrestling book? Is that gimmick infringement on your part?
On my part or your part? I've been going by the wok since 2003.
Exactly. So am I in trouble for this? Are you giving me like to be able to do this?
Unfortunately, I did not copyright any of this stuff. Oops, I need to move over a little, don't I? Look at that. There we go. I'm centered.
Dude, it doesn't matter if you're here. It doesn't matter if you're there.
I'm centered.
So Mark, what's going on tonight, man?
It's Friday night. It's 9:00 somewhere on a Friday night, and you and I are sitting in our basements, chatting with each other. It's 7:00 Mountain Time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So
I just did one of those drip things. Have you seen what drip TV on Instagram or any of that?
What's that? What's drip?
It's one of those things that's like a QVC channel where normally people will open up their Pokemon cards and they'll sell them online. And there's another company called Whatnot, I think, as well.
Yeah, I'm on Whatnot, guys. If Hellbringer's on Whatnot. I'm actually one of the first comic sellers to ever be on Whatnot for my publishing.
So you do that then automatically, right? I mean, so do you just go on there every now and again and sell stuff?
Sometimes, yeah. Like if I ever want to take some back issues from the Hellbringer series, all of the former 7 chapters that we've come out so far, I'll put them on Whatnot and give the Whatnot fans actually crazy deals. So it's pretty cool to be on there, man. Yeah.
I just did one of those my first time, and I thought, people like you and myself, we need to find people who have the same type of audiences might be interested in what we do, what our genre is. And you could probably do one of those a week. I mean, those are probably popping up throughout the world, so.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. It was pretty lucrative. I was pretty like, really? I just sat here for an hour and a half.
I absolutely agree with that. The most lucrative show I ever had in one day was well over what I've done at an entire Comic-Con for.
Okay. Yes. So you know what I'm talking about. That got me thinking just the other day. So that's where my head's been lately. You did introduce me as doing voices for Dragon Ball Z, right? I didn't know if some of your people wanted to.
Actually, yes, absolutely. Here's the thing, guys. Mark here did voices for Dragon Ball Z, ladies and gents. Why don't you tell everybody who the voices are that you did, brother?
I wanted to get that out of the way so that people weren't like, hey, who is this, who is this guy he's randomly talking to? You know what I mean? Wearing shades in a basement.
Dude,
Hey, anyways,
did I not say that in the intro?
I think you said
out.
funny comedian. Hey, but comedian's my most important thing that I do. So whenever you did that.
Here's the thing, Mark, is when we met, you were one of the coolest people that I think I've met in person. And the last time we hung out, for sure, was one of the coolest times I think probably either one of us have ever had. So,
well, thanks, man. That rocks, bro. I'm humbled. Check this out. Okay, so here's the 7 voices I did for Dragon Ball Z. All right, you see that little white cat in the bottom corner? His name is Corin the cat, and he sounds like this. He gets people senzu beans. Make sure that they can get over 9,000. Then above him is Guru. Hang on, let me see who let me rewind it. And in my head, I have to do them in order. Corin the cat, Oxing, Berger, Rings. Maury, the guy in the green. He was only in like 3 episodes that I did his voice. So he's a wise man, and his voice sounds really wise like this. Then above him is the hardest strain on my voice. That is the red alien announcer. And he sounds like this. It's a cross between Hong Kong Phooey and Samuel L. Jackson. And then there's Ox King right next to him with the horns on his hat. You can see he always sounds like he's out of breath. Did you say exercise? I thought you said extra fries. Then there's Berter up at the top. He's from the Ginyu Force. Then there's Rings from the Toad Warriors from the Android 18 saga. And he sounds like, Austin Powers. Yeah. And then we have the Grand Kai, who sounds like Wolfman Jack from the 1970s. I basically stole that voice and I sold it to the kids.
That is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. You just got a total run through right there of all the different ones. Dude, I had it brought up on Wikipedia just in case you guys were going to be like, whoa, does this smart guy not know who this guy is? And come on, we've hung out, man. Of course I do. But that right there was way better with you to just go through the entire list of voices like that, man.
Well,
so
awesome.
Thomas Smith comes in here. He says, KidWok, my guy, Sensational Comics sends you some love. So not only you got SMP in the house, but Sensational's throwing you some love as well, brother.
Where do I view that? Where do I view the chat? Do I have to pull it up on separate?
On the
window?
FB, yeah. You got to throw it up on the FB.
Okay, cool. I already threw it up. I already threw our broadcast up. Okay.
So, Mark, all right. Same
is.
question we start out with everybody, brother. All right. Your favorite town to have a Comic-Con in, what is the best restaurant or food place that you have eaten at that con?
Wow, my favorite town to have a con in. That was that.
Whoa. It's all for the food, bro. Okay, so that's the question. Is it's all about the one restaurant that you love more than everything else and that one dish. Like in Rhode Island, there is an Italian place that I go that you can get this amazing kind of like a God, what do they call those that you get at like a what's that thing that you get at the fair, man? That's like one of those pull apart things that's got the powdered sugar all over it.
Funnel cake.
Yeah, so it's like that, but it's got marinara all over it, and that's in Rhode Island.
A marinara funnel cake.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
You lost me.
I know it sounds crazy.
I'm bruhing you, bro. I had to bro you on it. What are you thinking, bro?
It was so good. I'm telling you, man, you got to try this thing next time you're in Rhode Island.
Okay, so that's in Little Italy. That's in that Little Italy area right down the street from.
Yep, right there next to the con in walking distance.
Yes.
Also, guys, if you guys don't know, that hotel right there, the Biltmore, that is like a haunted hotel, guys. That is it's crazy. The Biltmore guy who actually kind of founded Rhode Island also made this hotel, but apparently in the basement they used to murder people and have demonic ceremonies. Now you know. All right, so I stayed there.
That's the one that was
so great.
Biltmore. Okay, we stayed at where did we stay? The Omni, and the Biltmore is located where?
Right across the street a little bit. So like right walking across the street when I was coming back, it was crazy. The dude from Cobra Kai, I'm blanking his name right now, but he's awesome.
Johnny, the one
Awesome.
that played Johnny?
No, the main
Machio?
Crease. What was his name?
Okay.
Gosh, but he was awesome, dude. We sat outside and talked for like 30 minutes. He was smoking a cigar. I was smoking like, you know what I smoke. So
Yeah.
it was quite the time.
Not a cigar.
Yeah. Well, you know.
When you said he was smoking a cigar, that's yeah.
Can I get an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, sir?
Who asks you?
I do.
Is that yeah, of course. The way I practiced Arnold Schwarzenegger was I used to watch the T2 pinball machine, and I used to play that all the time. And one of the things it would say, you play that?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that was one of the greatest pinball machines ever.
Was it not?
It was amazing.
And so I would sit there in between sets. The other comedian was on stage, and while I was waiting for him to get off stage so we could go sell our wares after the show, I would sit there and play this T2 pinball machine in the lobby, and it would be like, security vault locked, fire at will, you missed. Another thing he would say is, get the extra ball. And then when you got the extra ball, it would say, you got the extra ball. I just thought that was funny. And my favorite line from the movie T2 is when he says, my CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. The more contact I have with humans, the more I learn. And I thought, wow, you learned English with an Austrian accent? That's a really good CPU you got there.
Dude, that was fucking incredible. That was incredible. So when you're ever at shows, doing your comedian shows right now, do you do those Arnold impressions at all?
Oh yes. In fact, I do Arnold. One of the big ones that I do as well is I do Ozzy Osbourne. You know, and that's one of the ones where it sounds like I've got two voices in my throat. I don't even know where this voice comes from. You know, I mean, it's crazy.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
You have quite the talent, ladies and gentlemen. You guys think you can do what this guy does? Sorry.
And it's weird because I don't even think about it. It's a weird thing that I don't think about it until I start doing them in front of people, and then they get impressed, or I see a look on their face and I'm like, oh, well, I just do that in my office.
Well, what's awesome, and I got to tell you, a lot of people that I've had on the show, I mean, you start to notice little things and pick up little mannerisms of people as you do the show with all the different people that you do it with. It teaches you so much about communication with other people just by their body language, how they talk, all sorts of things. Nobody can do what you just did, where I put you on the spot, and you did it as I put you on the spot.
Oh,
you understand what I'm saying?
Like, well, I know plenty of
on the spot.
I mean, people, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do you know where that is in your throat? Like, how can you go from Homer Simpson to Marge Simpson to Mr. Simpson? You know what I mean? How can I switch from voice to voice? I didn't know that was so impressive to people. So I'm starting to work on different ways to showboat that on stage and comedy, just for not laughter, but mainly just applause break, right?
Well, it's incredible because like I think about almost all of these different like cartoons right now. They could use you right now. You know what I mean? With your voice, like all the different things that you're doing. If I had a cartoon for Hellbringers, I know for sure the first person I would be going to try to get some voices. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, why haven't you come out with a cartoon for Hellbringers?
We just came out with the comic like 2 years ago. 2 years. It's actually 2000.
So what you're telling me is you've had 2 years to think about how you're going to make it into a cartoon, but you haven't. That's what I've listened weird.
Dude. So we've had Hellbringers 0 out since 2015. We made Hellbringers The Sacred Heart in 2020, And then our last book is this upcoming year in 2023 with The Final War. That's going to be it. And that will be 9 chapters that we did in 2 years, which is unheard of for a guy with no job, no experience, and no idea what the fuck he's doing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's only 4.5 chapters a year. I mean, you know, if you had an Asian mom, you know, we'd have had this out in a year. That's all I'm saying. Round eye. That's all I'm saying.
I would have been a doctor. Let's face it. I wouldn't be doing this, man.
Hey, I wanted to tell you, by the way, you're looking pretty good. You cleaned up pretty well. Last time I saw you, your beard was all out of shape. You were kind of living out of your car, it looked like.
Well, here's the thing: is Adina, my fiance, she doesn't give a fuck how I look, and the more Viking that I look, the more she's like, you know what I mean? So
there you go.
I did this for me. I did this
there
for
you
me.
go.
But
she likes the homeless Thor look. She likes the unemployed Thor look.
Look at the gray, man. Like, this is all going to be some Santa Claus shit here soon. So I gotta keep it short. You know what I mean?
They got some of that stuff that you can brush in. You know, Vinnie Paul from Pantera used to use that nightly. Because I was fascinated by it, that it was always black, and I'm just like, I know that's all gray. I mean, look, I just used mine the other day, and you can tell where mine's gray. So, well,
here's the thing. This is the way I look at it. All right, I'm already looking old, but I'm 37, right? So if I ever become an actor, these guys will use me for the next 40 years, looking exactly how I look right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, if, like I said, you have to dye that though, man, because I mean it's illusion. This is why do you think I dye this? It's illusion. That's why I never meet your heroes. You know what isn't that what they say? Never meet your heroes. Which I told my wife, I said, what do you think that people would say if they walked away from Superman? Would they be like, wow? I mean, so he's been telling us this whole time that cape that he needed that to fly, and he doesn't even really need it to fly. I mean, I'm very disappointed that I met my hero Superman. What would you?
You know, I got to tell you, like there are certain people that I've met, certain artists that, you know, I grew up worshiping, stuff like that. And, you know, 8 years I've been on the con scene. 8 years I've been going to Comic Cons.
Wow.
7 years of those I've been a guest at Comic Cons. You know what I mean?
Wow.
No idea how we did it, but we did it. All right. There were artists that were great. There were artists that were not so great. There were artists that I wanted to work with, but then I met them. And then I was like, oh, God, never. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then there's people you don't even know, like you. We would have never met if we just by some chance have met. You know what I mean? And now we're like best buddies.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got a weird connection with you. Like, it's
the beard. It's got to be the beards.
It's for sure the beards. We're beard bros, man.
And the shaded glasses. We both have shades.
It is the shaded glasses. That's what it is.
And our glasses too, right?
We're the tint glasses guys. We walk into a place, they're like, "Damn, it must be sunny in here," and you're like, "Yes,
yeah." These are prescriptions. How about yours? Yours is prescription.
Fuck yeah, they are, man. Ray-Bans.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I got prescription because in my head, are my glasses crooked? I keep looking at this going, what, did somebody punch me in the face? Did my edible kick in? And you know,
not yet, man. But if it does, I mean, we're all good here. Like, you might do the show for the next 8 hours and not even know what's going on.
Because I'm looking at that. It's not even bright in my room, and I'm squinting. I'm like, I'm a little more Chinese than I normally am for this one. I'm like, I think it's kicked in.
You know what? Hey, don't make me laugh too hard. I'll pass out on the show just like I did last time, man.
Right, Rich.
Oh man, guys, you can see a little bit of the WWE stage behind me. Don't forget the WCEWF_wrestling. Make sure to check it out on Instagram. Mark, tell these people where you are on Instagram.
You know, I am under The Wok Says, THEWOKSAYS. The Wok Says on Instagram. And let's see what else. You can find my link tree on the link tree site under KidWok, and that'll give all of my social media, KidWok. All right. In fact, I got it on my arm right here. KidWok. That's how dedicated I am to the name right there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you read it in the mirror, then it's cow dick.
Hold on, leave that up.
I wish I would have known that before I got the tattoo.
That's all right, man. That's all right. I got the Cobra tattoo when we were in Rhode Island because Hasbro headquarters is only a block away.
Yes.
So that's why I got it. I'm a G.I. Joe fan, but now if anybody sees it, they're like, well, that's fucking Cobra. They're like, that's the enemy. So you, on the other hand, have cow dick on your arm. So
hey, yes, only when you look in the mirror. All right. So I have a lot of mirror tattoos,
Mark,
well, not on purpose.
Your favorite Dragon Ball Z character to play?
Oh, hang on. Let me get to my favorite restaurant first.
What the fuck? We still haven't gotten through the first.
Okay. Yeah. I had time to think about it. You gave me plenty of time to think. I'm ready. This is my final answer. I didn't have to phone a friend. All right. Let's see. There's a place in Richmond, Virginia called Buttermilk and Honey. I did a cosplay world con there. And man, they had the best chicken sandwiches ever, which came with some coleslaw on the chicken sandwich. But I mean, and that's all they made was chicken sandwiches. They didn't have anything else on the menu. Just fried chicken sandwiches, fried chicken. I don't even know if you could get it.
Were the French fries crinkle cut?
The French fries crinkle cut. Oh, I don't even remember the French fries. Oh, in fact, I got what did I get? I got greens with it. Collard greens. So they served a chicken sandwich with coleslaw, and then collard greens was my side. And they were delicious.
Dude, you can't get collard greens anywhere in Colorado, just so you know, guys. It is impossible to find.
Wow, no, they had an amazing in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. That wasn't my favorite con, though. One of my favorites, though, you are correct, is Colorado Springs. Have you been to the after party at Colorado Springs, Comic-Con?
Of course, dude, I am the after party at Colorado Springs.
Hey, that was you on stage?
Shirtless, yeah, that was me.
Well, we're gonna have to hang out this next after party. I'm gonna drag you up on stage with me and Trey.
All right, deal, no problem. Are you eating right now?
Hey, this edible kicked in, and I don't really care about anything else.
Are you eating a sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Eating an entire sandwich?
Hey, I didn't know you wanted me to dress up and actually, presentable. I mean, I know you shaved your beard and everything, but
I did this for you, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I wore the Fetterman outfit for you. If I don't look like John Fetterman, I mean, look at this John Fetterman look.
I'm just gonna have to say I'm glad that you did that because it actually makes my Star Wars shirt look okay to wear tonight.
Look at you! You're making fun of me. You're pouring alcohol. I'm eating a sandwich and I catch hell. Come on.
I mean, look. I mean, I'm just saying. This is what I'm doing now that you're eating a sandwich. I know where the show's going, bro. All right, let's get it going.
Last time I drank, I ended up yakking 4 times. So I was like, man, you forget certain rules when you stop drinking for a while. Then you go out and party with people, and you're like, okay, I'll have some drinks. You forget you can't mix dark liquors with light liquors. Mm-hmm. If you start with one, stay with it the whole way. Don't try to
drink beer before liquor because you've never been sicker. Always a good rule to think, guys. Don't drink beer and mix alcohol.
I thought you could do it the other. You can't do it the other. No.
No. It's beer after liquor. You're good. That's what I was taught in my 20s.
See, but you could also just say before instead of after, and it's
you know what? Yeah, try that, guys. Try what he's saying and see what happens.
We don't know.
Do it, and also mix the clears with the darks. Just pour them in together.
Hey,
suck that shit down with a straw.
Never mind.
We'll be just fine.
Don't listen to the guy eating the sandwich. You know, he brought a sandwich to a liquor fight.
So, Mark, that is a good choice, man. A chicken sandwich place in Richmond actually sounds pretty damn amazing, especially right about now. I'm going to pick you up. We're going to drive out there, and we're going to go get a chicken sandwich. How's that sound?
I'm gonna try that Italian place where you said
actually
that you were talking about.
It is so good out there in Rhode Island. You have no idea.
If I go back to Rhode Island and you and I are there, we're going to eat.
Dude, we're going. We're going. I can tell you right now, Adina is for sure like in for that party for sure. Dude, that whole Italian place, all the food, the fettuccine Alfredo, God, their marinara sauce, just good shit, man. Okay, so
I am a foodie as well. No. Yeah. So whenever because I complain when I spend my money on bad food. So
Me too,
if I find a good food place, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I already know how to cook. So I'm just like, wow, somebody else cooks for me, and it's amazing. It's like, you know what? I would spend my money on that again. That's how I judge.
Do you like Southern food then?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me about that, sir. Tell me about your love for Southern food.
I grew up in Fort Worth. My mom was a Filipino lady who. My mom was a Filipino lady who 40 years prior, I guess longer than 40 years. What was it? What, I'm 53. So about 60 years ago, my mom was living in a grass hut and shitting in a river in the Philippines. And then now she brought us to the U.S. and she fed us American food. So that's what I grew up on. I like round eye food. I do not like rice. I don't really like Asian food. I like egg rolls. I like Japanese hibachi. But otherwise than that, I like hamburgers. I like round eye stuff. I like some chicken fried steak, man. If you could find me a chicken fried steak or some good ribs, those are two of the staples I like. And I like some Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is amazing.
What about catfish?
Oh, I never have been a catfish fan. I can't have enough tartar sauce.
For the catfish?
Yeah.
Dude, tartar sauce is weird because you put it with any fish and it tastes like tartar sauce. You know what I mean? You put a different
It cuts through that pesky fish taste.
It kind of does. If you don't like fish, that's the way to go. But I'm a crab guy, man. That's my thing. If I could ever find some good seafood. Last time we were out at Rhode Island, we actually went to this place called Brothers Seafood in Boston or in Massachusetts. Fucking amazing. That's the place I'm going to take you to next time we're out there.
Okay, my son had to have crab legs from New England when we were there, so we went to some place called Capri, I think, over in the Little Italy area. It was all right, but I mean, I like some clam strips and I like some lobster. What's that?
Hell yeah. I'm all for the lobster. I'm all for the clam strips, all the stuff, dude. Just give me all the damn seafood, dude. Living here in Colorado, we just can't get it, man. We just can't.
Never trust landlocked seafood.
No, it does not taste the same. Not even a little bit. All right, Mark, we are off the food topic, even though me and you are both feeling the same thing right about now. Yeah, and we want some Cheez-Its at the same time with our sandwich.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
What kind of sandwich you eating, bro?
It was my wife's turkey sandwich that she had left over from work. She had half a sandwich left over. And so I'm in my office. Is down the street from my home, and I thought I'll take that sandwich. I'm not too picky.
So we melt the ham and cheese together, and then we got that oil stuff we drizzle on it. It's good shit, man. You're gonna have to try it. We'll make you a sandwich someday. Bring it to shit.
Wow.
Okay. So, off the topic of food, let me
Mm.
ask you that question again. Who was your all-time favorite Dragon Ball Z character to play? Let's actually ask some Dragon Ball Z questions by me. That way, whoever's watching the show for the Dragon Ball Z stuff is not like, fuck this guy for talking about all this asshole shit.
Yeah. My favorite was the snarkiness of Corin the cat, because he used to say things like, "Who's your bean daddy? Who's your bean daddy?" And then I also enjoyed playing Berta, the fastest in the Dragon Ball Z universe, because everybody makes fun of him and everybody hates Berta. They love to hate Berta.
Dude, let's start from the beginning here. What got you into voice acting coming from your childhood, where we've already talked about where you came from? All right, we talked about the fact that you love American food, round eye food as you call it. What happens? Tell us a little bit about what gets you into the entertainment business and how you started.
When I was 17, I started doing stand-up comedy in 1987. And then I wasn't even old enough to go into the club or sit and watch the show. So they would escort me in. I would do my set, and then they would walk me completely out of the club. And I just went home. The parking lot was empty. Nobody got to say, "Hey, nice set." So I was doing that for like 13 years, had been on the road. I quit college to go on the road. And I in 99, after I'd been touring for 13 years, I've been headlining the improvs throughout the United States. A buddy of mine was like, "Hey, they're doing an audition for a cartoon down the road." And I was like, "Well, I'll try it." And so I went there, and it was an open audition. They had just moved the production from Canada all the way to Texas. And they said, "Hey," I told them when I got in there, I said, "Hey, I do impressions." So, and I rattled off a lot of my impressions, and then he was like, "Well, that we might be able to use that. Can you do impressions of these people?" And they sent me home with a VHS tape, which, for those of you who don't know what a VHS tape is, they used to have these things that you could rent and actually put into a machine. You'd rent them from Blockbuster. And wait a minute, for those of you who don't know what Blockbuster is,
they don't even know what Blockbuster is.
For those of you who don't know what Blockbuster is, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. Blockbuster is
how we used to spend our Friday nights, ladies and gentlemen. We would go on the weekends to pick up a movie. You couldn't just go into Netflix and be like, "All right, I'm watching these bullshits for the next 6 hours."
That's right.
You only had 4 hours because you could only rent 2 videos. That's all you could afford back then. They were like $10. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I used to, and then I used to rent some Sega carts from there. And for those of you who don't know what Sega carts are, I'm sorry. Hey, we're going to keep going.
Yeah, we are aging ourselves completely.
Stop. All right. So anyways, they gave me a VHS tape. They sent me home with it and said, "These are some of the voices we'd like to see if you could get down." They got down the Bertie was the one that I got down that I had copied. And apparently I was copying the Canadian voice actors, because Dragon Ball Z had done episodes 1 through 68 all the way in Canada. And then they took it over and moved it to Texas from episode 69 all the way to 293. And so they liked my impressions. I came back in like 4 days, was able to get those down. They listened to it and said, "Hey, you're hired." And then I think I created like 3 of the voices: the mushroom announcer, Rings, and I believe I created, the Grand Kai. That's the 3 voices.
What year was this?
That was 1999.
When did Dragon Ball Z start?
Dragon Ball Z started, as far as an anime goes, in Japan in the 80s. And then it came to the US in the late 90s, like 90s.
It started in the 80s?
Like the late 80s. I think Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were playing over there. Like Speed Racer would be playing over there. Yeah. I mean, it was the first, it kind of resembled Speed Racer. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, a Speed Racer type."
It definitely has the same facial features. If you look at like Goku and you look at Speed Racer and you see like the way that they're animated, it kind of looks like the same animator. You know what I mean?
Yes. So that's what I thought. I thought we were going to be doing speed, chim chim. All right,
dude. I get it. Our younger viewers under me are going to have no clue.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you know what? It was such a good show back then, and that and Johnny Quest would come on at the same time, and you get Speed Racer first, and then you get Johnny Quest, and that was good stuff. But
and Space Ghost,
and dude, Space Ghost was the best. Brack by far my all-time favorite. I drew a Brack one time, and
who's Brack? Which one's Brack?
Brack, man, Brack was the one that was funny, man. He had he was like, "Hi, don't touch me."
Okay.
You remember that?
Who is it? The guy who does the actual Space Ghost voice was at the con here in Colorado Springs, and he hated me.
What?
Because I was doing voices all day long, and I was being loud, and I was being obnoxious.
Dude, I get it, man. I've had people sit next to me at Comic Cons. You're like, my God, why does this guy reek of alcohol and marijuana? And I'm like, hey. We're at a con, right? Woo!
You're like, they let me out. They let me out.
They let me out of the house for the first 3 months.
Yes, exactly. And before that, they let me out of the closet. I forgot to ask when we started. I forgot to ask. I didn't want to be rude, but what are your pronouns?
I don't fucking know. Loves pizza.
I don't know.
Loves comic books and wrestling.
That's right. That's what I'm gonna. Whenever I call you from across the room, I'll be like, "Hey, loves pizza." Huh?
Dude, Mark May. I'm bad enough at this, you know.
Yeah. Yes. It's okay. So now familiarize me with real quick. I'm going to ask you a question. Familiarize me with the Hellbringer character. Do you have an immediate, you can show me that's recognizable? Because we're gonna come up with a voice for this guy, right?
Dude, if you want to work with me and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna
we're gonna do this cartoon, we're not gonna take 2 years to think about doing a cartoon.
We could do a read through for the books if we wanted to, and then put that on YouTube. I think it'd be just as cool as if we had done a cartoon. But you got to remember, I cannot fund a cartoon right now, brother. But the moment somebody comes up to me,
how about this? There was a comedian that I saw one time take album covers, and he took like the album cover of the Bee Gees, and it had all of them in a fold out, right? And he took and he cut the mouths out of each one of them like you would do on Conan. And then he sang, and each time each one had a part, he moved the album cover, and his lips appeared as the mouth of Barry Gibb. You know what I mean? Andy Gibb. You know what I mean? So and then he took a whole bunches of album covers, and all of his impressions weren't really impressions. It was just him. He cut the mouth out of like Jim Neighbors and stuff, and then put his mouth. So he put his face there. It looked like he was singing it. You know, he did the Queen album cover where I
know what you're talking about. I actually like that idea.
So why don't we just take the character Hellbringer, and then in each one we put those Conan lips so we can move it across the screen statically.
You know what else we should do? Not only that, we should put fucking googly eyes on them too. I think it would make the show. You want to know what Hellbringers is? I'll show you what Hellbringers is. Let's show you a video file for our last book. How's that sound?
Okay. Yes, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Would you like to see it?
Yes, since I'm not familiar with their work, I'd love to see it.
Okay, I'm going to show it to you right now then, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the book that is going to be printed in a month or two, Hellbringer Shattered Truth, which is our last chapter. We're going to show this man the chapters before it. But for now, boom.
And greed, die or kill all the same.
All right, I cut it off right there, but it does the whole little "all we need is the land beneath" thing again, and it does all that, and it makes the cool fucking sound, and it's awesome. But
wow,
what'd you think, Mark?
Wow, I really liked it. I like the detail of your background stuff that you do. The buildings, the shattered explosions. You know, that all adds to that wonderful art up front that you have. Now, I was going to ask you, as far as
that
when
is,
it comes
that
to
is Ron Charles Williams artwork, ladies and gentlemen, just so I could point that out. He does the pencils and inks on it. I give him the script. He knocks it out. I just threw the covers. I would never take credit for that man's artwork. He's kicking ass.
Wow. Okay. So you're basically the writer and the producer of it. How does that work?
Writer and the publisher. This is a example of my cover art. Oh, excuse me. I'll put that as the background.
The lady in red right here.
This is my Death Dealer #1 cover that we just had as well. So this is Sarah Frazetta. Frank Frazetta, who's the best artist of the last century, created Death Dealer, who's one of the biggest comic characters, period, art characters. The military.
You say common, meaning common characters, like meaning how?
Like comic characters, brother.
Okay, got you.
But Sarah has brought back Death Dealer, and they're doing a comic series with him now. And I got the privilege of doing a #1 issue for a cover, which I'll be able to live for forever with that. You know what I mean? And now, I think I'm kind of moving on. I want to see what else I can do in this broadcast game. Not only that, but I want to see what I can do as far as pushing myself to the next level of entertainment, which, as you guys know, nobody brings the thunder like Mark Day brings the thunder, you motherfuckers. All right, let's get back to this interview with Mark. Mark, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm awesome, man. I'm finishing up my sandwich. It's my last bite. I'm feeling the energy coming back.
Yeah, you know what's awesome about that sandwich is it mixes in good with what you just had too, brother. So it's going to be a fun rest of the night. Protein helps, ladies and gentlemen. And the guy I was saying was Martin Cove, ladies. And there's a picture of me and Martin. I had to find it. That's me and Martin Cove right there, Mr. Crease from that was a good night, man. I had just tried that Italian food.
That's kind of the same beard that you had when I saw you at the last gig. Kind of.
That's what I'm supposed to look like. Like I'm supposed to look like this. But you get tired of like breathing in the beard like at night, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's dangerous, man. Fucking dangerous. Also,
I'm liking this right here. The look you got currently going on. Is that like a Brian Posehn? Brian Posehn? Is that the?
I mean, I'm a little.
Brian Posehn. Okay, yeah, then Brian Posehn. Okay, so you know who I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about. I'm just saying, look, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. I see.
I got a little bit more.
I see some.
I don't even work out.
I don't. Hang on one second. But sometimes I do have the shake weight. You know what I'm talking about? That thing where you I mean you do it like this and it just starts to hurt and you're just like
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Mark. How do you think the muscles are still so big?
Shake weight. Okay, got you. I got you.
All about the shake weights, bro.
That'd be funny to bring to an interview, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Hang on one second. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. Well, okay, sorry.
That's the longest my beard has ever been, Mark.
Wow, look at that. And look at the form. I mean, I'm not as proud. Look at the guy on the ground. He doesn't look like he needed much more than just a push.
I had just bought that guy breakfast, but he said the wrong thing, and he had the 24/7 championship, so I had to take it away from him, bro.
There you go.
Just saying.
I scared in Rhode Island, somebody came in with a belt because they had just gotten done seeing some of the wrestlers downstairs, and he brought a WWE belt. I guess they wanted them to sign it. So they signed it, but it felt, that thing was heavy. I mean, those belts are heavy. And so he gave it to me and I said, he didn't give it to me, but I said, hey, can I put that? Can I try that on my shoulder? And he was like, yeah. He goes, you're Dragon Ball Z guy. And I said, well, how does this, what do you think about how this looks? And he said, and he started to speak, and I said, it doesn't matter what you think. And everybody in the room was like, oh my God. I mean, I blew out the speakers on that. I was like, I'm sorry, man. I always wanted to do that to somebody. I said, I don't know why, but I'm sorry. Thanks. Thank you. And I handed his bill back to him.
Dude, so those titles are heavy, man.
Yeah.
Like I had to carry one around. I think it was the first Colorado Springs Comic-Con, or second Colorado Springs Comic-Con. Sting was there, and I wanted to get my belt signed by Sting.
Oh, nice.
So I ended up buying an NWO replica belt. Like,
yes,
right,
they're heavy. They are heavy. I mean, what are they made out of metal? Metal? I guess that's cheapest, right? I mean,
so they are, but the special edition ones that are like 2-3K, those are made out of like full cubic zirconias and stuff like that, dude. Like, they've got some weight. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Mark, I'm all about the wrestling, man. You know it. Let me ask you about wrestling, because you obviously have a sense of it, telling the jokes that you're telling. Who is your favorite wrestler? And tell me your favorite time period of wrestling. And don't act like you don't like it, brother, just because it's not hit.
No. I used to love the Von Erichs when I was. Do you go back that far yourself?
I do. WCCWF, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'd like to thank Woof. Is that what you're Woof? Is that why are you spelling? We're all adults here, bro. What does that stand for?
That is World Championship. What was it? Wrestling? God damn.
See what I'm saying?
No, what is it?
Let's just stay with the WCEFWF.
Nah, dude, I got too many fucking WWFs right now.
I didn't mean to stump you on your own acronym.
Dude, I know I got too many. No, that one. We're not talking. We're not talking about the WCWF right now. We're talking about the WCCWF, which is the Texas Federation with the Von Erichs, ladies and gents.
Yes, I used to like the Von Erichs, and the I knew them when they were all alive.
You did? You knew them?
No, I mean I just knew. That's when I followed them. Was when they were all alive. So I mean, I'm old enough to have seen them all die in succession.
Where did you live growing up, Mark?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why the Von Erichs. I was able to go watch them live with my grandmother when I was like about 10 years old.
So that Death Dealer statue is in Fort Worth, Texas, brother. How crazy is that?
What is the Death Dealer? See, and now I remember Crazy Man and Mark Lewis. I remember Mark Lewin.
Oh, it's not a wrestler. It's
Brody.
It's this right here.
Got you.
But the military has that at their complex, bro. So, but it's in Fort Worth. So when you said Fort Worth, that's why the first thing I thought of was
is that based on something that they have? Your drawing is that based on
the Frank Frazetta? That's the Frank Frazetta Death Dealer. Frank Frazetta did it first, and then they did a comic of it. Danzig did the first Death Dealer comic with Frank back in the 90s, and they had a great team.
Danzig, like mother.
Yeah.
Tell your children not to walk my way. That guy?
That is the guy. That is 100% the guy. Were you a Danzig fan back then?
No. I met him once. He's not very tall. But in his videos, he looks
he looks huge. I thought he was huge.
Oh my God. No, it's like a He-Man figure it's like filming a He-Man figure, action figure. And then you pan out and you go, oh, that's not really a big He-Man. That's just a little action figure. If you think about how they filmed that Mother video, it was him on a stage. You couldn't tell. There was nothing else. There was no quarter that they put next to him so that you could tell, here's the quarter next to Danzig. So you can tell that he's only 5 quarters tall. Do you know what I mean? There was nothing. If you think about it, that video was just him on stage and it was just black. And then you saw heads of people in the crowd. That was it. And he was just in the center of that. And he looked big and he was all He-Man and buff. Yeah. No. There have been several people that I met in heavy metal or rock that I thought, I thought he was taller. Eddie Van Halen. I mean, I bumped into him at Dimebag Darrell's funeral from Pantera. Dimebag Darrell and I were best friends before he died.
You guys were?
Yeah. So whenever I went to his funeral, in fact, we were such good friends. I got a call from Rita right before the funeral, and she said, "Where are you at?" I said, "We're in the parking lot." And she said, "Well," I said, "I'm sorry, we're late. We were just gonna file into the back." She said, "We were waiting for you to start the funeral."
Wow.
I was like, "Holy shit!
Wow.
Holy shit!"
So,
you know what I mean? It was like I didn't understand.
You know where this is going to go from here, right?
What's that?
We got to talk about Dimebag Darrell.
Oh man, I have got some photos. I wish I could pull them up on my screen. Maybe I can OBS some of those.
You could send them through Facebook Messenger, and I could pull them.
Oh, no doubt.
Show them.
Okay, cool. I got plenty. Yeah, I'd only known him for a year and a half, but man, he would do some really weird things. Like one of the habits that he would do was he would call me at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and he'd be at a party somewhere, and he'd be like, "Yeah, man, we just got done doing a video here in LA, and hang on 1 second." And they'd put me on the phone with somebody else, and they'd be like, "Hello?" And I'd be like, "Hey, hello? Who am I talking with?" And they're like, "This is Aaron." And I said, "Aaron, this is Mark. I'm Dime's friend." I don't know why he put us on the phone. I said, "Well, I'm Mark Britten. I'm a comedian." He said, "Well, I'm Aaron Lewis." And I said, "Aaron Lewis from Stained?" I mean, just weird stuff, stuff like that, where you would go, "What in the? Who in the?" I mean, these are people that I was watching on MTV back in '99. In fact, I met him in 2003. Let me see if I can send you some of these photos. Yeah, but and then I had a show in Las Vegas with Vinnie Paul from Pantera, and after Dime died, Dime and Vinny left 50 grand in a bank account. And when they died, whoever died first got to keep the rest of it. And Vinny was like, "Hey, Chinaman," that's what I was, my name back then. "Hey, Chinaman, we're going to, let's go to Vegas. Let's take this money that Dime left and go to Vegas and see if we can't have a comedy show for you, because you were Dime's favorite stand-up comic."
Jesus, man.
So, yeah. Let me see if I got the first time I met Dime and them. Let's see, was in January, I think it was. October. All right, it's going to be 2003. First time he came up to my first time he came up to my table after a comedy show, because we met at one of my comedy shows. He goes, he came up to my table. He goes, "Hey man, I seen your show like 5 times." He kind of sounds like the Grand Kai, kind of got that raspy voice, you know. But he was like, "Hey man, I seen your show like 5 times, and I'm a big fan. I'm gonna buy your CD." And I said, "Hey, that's awesome, man. Hey, I said the manager here tells me that you're in a band." That was the first conversation that I had with him.
Wow.
He said, "Yeah, I'm in a band called Damage Plan." And I was like, "Well, I'd like to hear it sometime, man. That's awesome." And then the next time he bumped into me, so he didn't even tell me about Pantera. I mean, I had heard of Pantera, and I knew who they were because I grew up in that area. But the most my parents would ever let me listen to was Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Van Halen. So, you know, at the funeral, when I ran into Eddie Van Halen rounding a corner, and there's Eddie Van Halen and I face to face because he's going to the bathroom, I'm like, "Hey, sorry." And then we went our way. But my first thought was, man, he's like 5'2" and must weigh like 115 pounds. I mean, the dude looked frail. And I thought, wow, that guy is amazing. He can command a whole stage. I mean, now I know he's 5'2" and he's on that stage just walking it. And I mean, he looks larger than life on that stage. But
Wait a second. Are you saying Eddie Van Halen was 5'2"?
He was like 5'2", 5'3". He's about 114 pounds. Who was it? Sully Erna from Godsmack is like 5'3", 5'2". He wears What are those stilt shoes?
No shit.
Yeah. My wife was a big Sully Erna fan, I stand alone. My whole thing about them is their song, I stand alone. Then they have that other one, get back, now fucking go away. Then they have that other one, leave me alone with my whiskey hangover. I told my wife, I said, they don't sound like they want fans. They're chasing everybody away. He stands alone, get back, now fucking go away.
Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, it's a good. Quit listening to my music.
What? Don't listen to us. Fuck you.
That's my type of humor. If you go see my stand-up shows, and that's what Dime loved, was the fact that I make fun of bands. That's what I do. I notice their patterns that they do with all of their music. Do you know what I mean? Like I used to talk about Van Halen and David Lee Roth, how every David Lee Roth song sounds like it has emphysema. You know, when he's like, she saw the look in his eyes. You know what I mean? Every song has to have a little bit of emphysema in it if it's Eddie Van Halen. I mean, if it's David Lee Roth.
How tall was David Lee Roth?
Never met David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth was not at Dime's funeral. In fact, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar wasn't there either. The guys from Disturbed were there. They're not very tall either. The guys from Disturbed are probably about 5'5", 5'6". The guys from Hatebreed, in Drowning Pool, they're about 5'5". All of those guys wear Marilyn Manson Kiss style boots that have this much of a heel on it. You know what I mean? That's like a platform. You know?
So
never meet your heroes.
Me and Adina's first date was Disturbed.
Oh, really?
That was our concert. Yeah, we went to the Disturbed concert for a first date. We've always got that, guys. You know what I mean?
Well, he was the first one to spread COVID with that. I think that was COVID. So, I think you guys are the first guys to. Whenever that's monkeypox. That's monkeypox. I think that is. I got him wrong.
Show me monkeypox one more time.
You're just gonna be.
Why are you hawking on me, bro?
Yeah, it's COVID. COVID. Hey, at least do that with a mask on, bro.
That's why they call him Disturbed, man.
All right.
Disturbed. I'm disturbed. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, you're a lot younger than me. I think you're about 20 years younger than me. Yeah, you're about 33.
37.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Disturbed would have been back in, well, when did you go see Disturbed with your wife?
I think Disturbed, so we went 2 years ago, or excuse me, 4.5 years ago is when we went.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're still in their prime, you know what I mean? Ish. Yes.
They just came out with a new CD, so.
Oh, okay.
A new album. Excuse me. Fuck.
We went and looked up this Pantera
Blockbuster CDs, VHS, bro. You know what I mean?
We went and looked at this the Pantera reunion, and don't ever go back and start watching any old concerts. Like Motley Crue should have put it up. Vince Neil looks like he's a blowfish or something up on the stage. It's pathetic. And then if you see Guns N' Roses, when they had if you do Guns N' Roses 2022, you Google that. Oh my gosh, you can't forget that. It's like, hey, I want to remember you as the guy who was able to do this, right?
Right.
I don't want to remember you as the bow-legged guy who can barely waddle out there and can't even hit the notes. You can't even hit your own notes to your old songs. Bon Jovi's still touring. Something's wrong with his throat. It's like, who would have thunk screaming like that without any vocal training would have. Okay. I don't have vocal training either. So who'd have thought?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But apparently he was not singing from the right part of his throat. I don't know. I read some of it. I don't think he had any disease. But if you did have a disease, then why would you tour if you don't sound like? Because he can't even hit that. Tommy used to work on the dogs. It sounds like I'm gonna be as nice as I can. It sounds like Lou Ferrigno trying to hit a Bon Jovi notes. That's what it sounded like. That's all right.
I'm at Lou. I ain't saying shit. I ain't getting my
That's
ass
what,
kicked.
hey, you know what I love about Lou is every time that you see Lou, he calls you big guy. It's like, hey man, are you poking me? Why you keep poking the bear? Hey, big guy, what's going on, big guy?
No, that's what he calls me too. It's an
And it's
automatic.
like,
It's an
no,
automatic. So
it's like,
you
no,
remember
you're big guy. And he's like, oh, you poking me now? It's like, okay, no, I didn't. I was just telling you that you keep calling me big guy and I'm not big guy. It's like you're making fun of me for not being big guy.
No. He said the same thing to me in the elevator last year at Albuquerque Comic Con, dude. He's like, "What's up, big guy?" And I was like, "I know why you're calling me that, but hi, man. How you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. What's up, big guy?
Yeah. Dude, it's an automatic like give to the fan the ball. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you call somebody big guy, it almost automatically makes them like you or notice that they're throwing the ball to you. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know because
understand that, but some
sometimes,
people will understand what I'm saying.
I don't know. Like when people call me boss, hey boss, and I'm just like, hey, that's a lot of responsibility right now. I feel like I should be, hey, clean that up. Hey,
Right.
You're fired. Hey, tell the girl to do the menus.
That's different. If somebody calls me boss, I've heard it used disrespectfully before for sure. But if somebody calls you big guy, they're not calling you big guy disrespectfully. They're calling you, hey, big guy, as in balls in your court. I know you won't like try to hurt me now because I didn't insult you. I actually called you big guy. You understand what I'm saying? Big guy is an automatic.
Is that a fat joke?
No, dude, it's an automatic in. You know what I mean, Mark? Like if you have a fan that you might be a little scared of, say, "Hey, big guy." You know what I mean? Like, and automatically, it's like, "Oh, I don't want to kill you now because you're pretty cool."
There you go. There you go. All right, I'm in, big guy.
There you go. Boom. I'm stealing it from now on, man. Anybody comes up, yo, I read your Hellbringers comic, and I don't like the fact that it fucking says the devil in it and he's gonna try to do all this bad stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what, big guy?
There it is. That's how you use it. That's the context.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, big guy, you're onto something, big guy. Boom. All right, Mark. We have gone an hour and 10 minutes, sir. You have been an awesome guest. How much longer you want to go, bro?
In fact, I ADD'd and I forgot. I stopped pulling dime picks, didn't I?
So I tell you what, you got 20 more minutes in you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Let's see if I can pull these.
I'm down to do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's attach some files here. I got to make sure this is from the right drive. You know, if it's the wrong drive, we're in trouble here. So, here we go.
Gee, we good.
All right, road picks. You know, this is a lot different than whenever I used to share my pictures of what did I share my pictures? Whenever people used to look, you know how sometimes you're like, hey, I have a photo of that. People will look over your shoulder while you're trying to show them the photo, and you're scrolling down on your screen. But when I traveled with these guys, I mean, I had a lot of topless photos, you know, women doing flashing the Girls Gone Wild thing. And then, and so when people would look over my shoulder, I'd say, oh, I got a picture of me and Diamond. They'd look, and I'd be like, oh, hang on one second. Well, now I've been touring Comic-Cons so much that when people look over my shoulder, whenever I'm trying to find a picture and they go, oh, sorry, didn't mean to look over your shoulder. And I'm like, no, you can look at all of these. Here's me with Lou Ferrigno. Here's me with a couple cosplayers standing there. Here's me. I don't have no topless pictures anymore. All right. That's a little bit of disappointment. That's why I say that.
But here's the thing is, like, it's such a good story, man. Like,
oh yeah,
you have this incredible like thing that you've done in your life. You know what I mean?
Yes. In fact, I lived at Vinnie Paul's house for like 9 months, his house in Vegas.
What?
And I helped him pick all of his furniture out. Here's the first night that I met them, and then they jumped in their car and jetted off. Then the second time that I met them was it was in November of that same year. So I met them like in June, I think it was. And that photo that I just sent there is in June, and that's in his book, Dime. What is the name of that book? Dime Vision 1 or Dime Vision 2? It was a book that when he died, they made a tribute book for him. And that was the picture, our first meeting. And then
oh wow.
Then we went bowling. All right. The second time we went bowling, and this is funny. Because he said, hey, you want to go bowling? I was like, hey, you're at another show. He said, yeah, man, you want to go bowling? I said, yeah, I live right down the road from where you're going bowling. So let's go ahead and I'll meet you there, because I still had to get paid. And then there 10 minutes of me being in the office talking to the manager, there's a knock on the door. It's his security guy. His security guy says, hey, Dime wants to know if you're going to go to the bowling alley. And I said, yeah. I said, I'm like, I know exactly where it is. It's on my way home. And I passed it many a time. I'll stop there. And then 5 more minutes goes by. There's a knock on the door. It's his security guy again. And he says, hey, you got to come ride with us. Dime doesn't think you're going to meet him there. So that was our first night. He wanted to hang out so badly. And then we went back to his place afterwards. And let's see, we got that one right there. Ooh, hang on. I can select more than one. There's me hanging at his house with him. These were before selfies were people would do selfies, you know. I mean, this was the digital camera when selfies were first coming out. In fact,
so this is digital camera right here. This is not like a Polaroid.
No, these were all. I had a actual physical huge camera. They were big back then. I could only do 7 seconds of video, 3 to 7 seconds of video. That was it, depending upon the quality.
Next one coming in that we're talking about right now.
Yeah. That's the first night. That's after we got done bowling. I hadn't drank in 3 years, and it wasn't because I had a drinking problem. It was just because I was tired of drinking. But
totally, I totally get it.
Yeah, he caused me to drink that night. He caused me to drink. Of course, we were doing black tooth grins. It's never black tooth grin shots, which is Crown Royal with a splash of Coke. Yeah, but then I have
that sounds good.
We have some other pictures that came in. Check out the other pictures I'm sending you.
I'm putting them in right now, bro.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. This is unbelievable, dude. Like, for real.
Then while I'm over there, this guy shows up, the guitarist from Alice in Chains. Oh, that's I thought it was funny because Vinny passed out, and I was like, well, if he's so rock and roll, I felt like I'm more rock and roll than he is. You know, he's already passed out.
Right.
You know, that was after going bowling. But I mean, they were doing shots after shots after shots.
Dude, how many people have seen these pictures, man?
Not many. Vinny and I had a falling out in 2009 after the show was mismanaged. We had some words, and it kind of broke up like a bad band. And so I had all of these pictures. I gave that picture of Dime doing the peace sign over Vinny's head. I gave him that picture for Christmas one year, and he loved it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, that's such an odd photo to have," you know. Yeah, like I said, I have about 7 years of photos with me and Vinny. So,
bro,
I mean, I'll be.
This is rock and roll fucking history that we have on the show right now. This is insane.
That rocks, bro.
I'm serious, bro.
That makes me feel good because I don't hang out with heavy metal people. I wasn't familiar with heavy metal stuff. So whenever I know that people listen to heavy metal, I get a chance to.
Tell me about Dimebag Darrell. Tell me about him, man. Tell me,
dude. He was the most giving person. I mean, if you, whenever I would go to his house is decorated. They invited us for a Christmas over there, and it was the most amazing experience I had ever had. But he's got Christmas lights hanging upside down. In fact, I should have. Let me see if I can find his Dime Christmas stuff on here. They have a Christmas tree they hang upside down, and then they normally give. Oh, did you see who popped in on that first night that I was visiting? No, I did know the guitarist for Alice in Chains.
What?
Who's that? That's dang it. I always forget his name. But I listen to Alice in Chains all the time. What is the guitarist's name for Alice in Chains? Let me Google that.
Wait. Alice in Chains? It is
Jerry Cantrell.
Jerry Cantrell, yep.
Yes, that was Jerry Cantrell dropped in. And because he lived in, so, that was the first night. And I didn't know who he was. I knew who he was, but I didn't know his name. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, guitarist for. So, I mean,
dude. All right.
That's an odd one. Yeah.
Listen. All right, hold on. Everybody,
we need to do a dime podcast. We need to do a dime one to where I can share you.
We absolutely need to do that. But everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the Mayhem Show with Mark Ray right now, we have Mark Britten on, and he is dropping bombs on us, guys. But look at this picture. Look at this. I mean, dude, these are your personal collection of pictures for these guys, but you got to understand, not a lot of people have seen these.
No, not much at all. In fact, I had gotten a birthday. He gave me a guitar for my birthday, and Bob Zilla, the guitarist for Damage Plan, ended up decorating it. Let's see if that one will go. There's the guitar I just sent you. That was the night that he gave me that guitar, and then Bob Zilla decked it out. He also had a birthday cake that he custom made. I had a show that night, and at my show, he actually came up to the stage with a birthday cake. That let me show you what the birthday cake said, because that's a funny story as well. All right, here. So first off, it said China Man. And then he had it say this. Where is it?
Dude, are you kidding me right now?
What's that?
This is insane, dude.
Yeah.
And do you still have this guitar?
Yes, it's hanging in my office at my house.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And Bob Zilla is the bassist for Damage Plan. He's on the right there. And he was the one who decked it out. He got a marker and decked it all out. He's the one who also did my tattoos. He did my KidWok cow dick tattoo.
What?
And the reason
he did?
Yes. So the thing about that is that was Dime's favorite joke out of my act. He used to call me KidWok cow dick. All right. So here's the birthday cake he got me. It's a Damage Plan birthday cake. Check it out. It says Damage Plan on it. What's the next one? The next one says. Okay, cool. Let me see if I sent the right one for the second one. Okay, that's the Damage Plan one. Okay, yeah, I was going to show you the keep going. Hit the next one. I'm going to tell you what you're seeing there.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Okay, we already talked about my tattoo, KidWok cow dick, and then he got somebody to actually put this on a cake at the Walmart.
Man, Walmart that day and just being like, "Are you fucking Dimebag Darrell, bro?"
Oh, well, he had a Walmart that he shopped at all the time. In fact, at his funeral, one of the guys, it was a black kid that he used to, yeah. So, we did the KidWok cow dick thing that he used to call me, but then they spelled it wrong. They actually spelled it cow dick. And then prison ass, Dime said, "Hey, man, we're going to party so hard tonight on your birthday. Tomorrow, you're going to feel like prison ass." He said that Zach Wilde used to tell him that. And I was like, "Who's Zach Wilde?" He said, "No, that's the guitarist for Ozzy." I know, bro. I know. My wife was like, but I think that's why Dime became best friends with me, because I never asked him about his music.
Yeah.
Never once did I ever say, "Hey, when you and Phil, whatever." I didn't
what's
know.
weird? You know what's weird about celebrities or artists or even athletes? The moment you start talking about what they've done, it's a weird dichotomy that happens between you and that person. So if the fan material comes out, it's almost like you treat the person like a fan over a friend, and then it has to be like months before you can become friends with this person, with them trying to become your friend. If they actually acknowledge what you've done, which is insane to me, because that should be the moment you should be like, bro, thank you so much. Best friends. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But for some reason, it's not like that at all. Like it's a weird feeling. Like I bet wrestlers, like say a guy like Kevin Nash, the moment he hears like, bro, Big Sexy, that was the coolest power bomb I ever seen, bro. He's gonna be like, yeah, man. You know what I mean? But
I still want to go up to them and do the rock thing where I ask them, hey, what do you think about? And then when they start to answer, it doesn't matter what you think. Just to, I don't know why. I don't know.
Dude, there's nothing more fun. Let's see that people's eyebrow again.
Yeah,
sir.
Do you know what I mean?
Dude, that's a pretty good one, man. You ought to start flashing the eyebrow to folks.
Well, okay, you can see it on here, okay? But my son says whenever there's a spotlight on my head and on my face that I'm missing some of my eyebrows. You know, he's my gay son, so he notices stuff like this. He said I'm missing some of the stuff on my eyebrows, and I only got like a half an eyebrow here. So the other night, before I performed, he said, "Dad, do you want me to do your eyebrows?" Because he does cosmetology and stuff like that. Did I mention he's gay? Yeah. So, anyways,
which
you don't have to be gay.
You guys know I have no problem with gay. All right.
Of course, I don't either.
Everyone, all right.
That's my son. That's my son. So. Yep. But he was like, "Hey, he goes, your gay son's gonna do your eyebrows right." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So he goes, he takes the eyebrow pin, and after he gets done, dude, I mean, I had a full people's eyebrow then. You know what I mean? Like now, this is like a 3/4 people eyebrow. What I got going on currently. All right. That's about a 3/4. So, but he had, my eyebrows look so good. I gained like 5 emojis that night. You know, I had like emotions I didn't even know I had until I saw those eyebrows. Yeah. I had endearing, which, you know, I don't use endearing, but I mean, if I needed to, it was there with the eyebrows. I don't have it tonight. That's not very endearing, but I mean, if I had the eyebrows, you'd be convinced.
So let's talk about your comedy career. You say it started at 17 years old. When did you get your big break, or what did it feel like when you started, like feeling like you were successful in the comedy industry?
Right about 97 was when, no, 94 was when I felt like I was doing pretty good in the comedy industry, because I was up for Comic of the Year on the college circuit, and the person I was competing against was Carrot Top. It was me versus Carrot Top for college stand-up college Comic of the Year. I don't know if the picture's crooked behind me or if my glasses are crooked. All right.
Doesn't matter what your name is.
My wife hates it when I do that. I've done that to her many a time when I say, "Hey, honey, what do you think about how I'm dressed tonight?" "Well, you would look really," "It doesn't matter." It rattles her. I don't know why it does, because you're going from pretty calm to all of a sudden yelling.
Well, here's the thing: is if nobody's heard it before and they haven't watched wrestling, they're like, "What the fuck?" You know,
that guy just snapped. Yeah, that guy just snapped. That's why some people in the room got it when I did that. Some people didn't. I felt really bad. I felt really bad. I don't even know if the guy that I was talking to with the wrestling belt got it. I'm sure he did. But
dude, I've got to show this again. This is just so goddamn legendary. It's so legendary, my man.
What was one of the other things that he did? Oh, yeah. Check this out. I mean, it got so intimate. We were on the back porch.
I tell you what, you send me these pics. We're going to play an ad real quick. All right.
I'm going to play a what?
We're going to play an ad real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
We're here to gas up our favorite comic book artist, Mark May.
Way up. We want to say that the Hellbringers universe is
What? It's dope.
way better than the
And guess
MCU
what's
and all
even
that.
better than that?
What?
Hot girl and a dinosaur. It's what it's all about, and you know it.
we want to say thank you, Mark, and thanks to your art and thanks to your comic art and supporting a great cause in the Sierra Club.
Because guess what? 303 is here to gas you up.
Gas you up.
Fucking motherfuckers, gas me up! What? I'm a hip production motherfucker!
The seventh round of Zumba.
All right,
You ever play that game?
So I have not. Check this one out. Tell me what's going on here.
Okay, so in this was like one of the last times that I got to see Dime perform. It was in October of 2004. He was shot in December 2004, and this was at the Nokia Center.
Are you on stage with these guys right now?
What's that?
Are you on stage with these guys right now?
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. It was my first time that I had ever seen Dime and them perform. So
what'd you think, that being your first time? Were you like fucking amazed, or were you like, bro, this is my best friend out here just kicking fucking ass?
Well, I was like this is cool. This is neat. I mean, I'd never been in front of an audience that many people, you know. I mean, yeah, it was I've been on that side of the stage.
Where's the venue here?
That was at the Nokia Center.
Where's the Nokia Center? Also, Nokia is in like cell phone Nokia.
It was in Dallas. Yes. In fact, this was 2004. So this was a flip phone. So now you have to know that I had my flip phone on stage. Okay. And there's Dime during Walk. He invites a lot of his crew and fans up to the stage when they were doing Walk. So, so here he was. There's another one where I'm right behind him. Okay. And then that's him right before he goes into his solo. Then he whips around to me during the solo. All right. And he's facing me and he says, Chinaman, get your camera out. And I said, okay, I got it. That's where he says, get your camera out. He's doing the solo to Walk right there. He's facing me away from the audience, but facing me. And while he's on the stage, and doing the solo, he has time to talk and say, hey, Chinaman, get your camera out. Didn't miss a beat. You know what I mean? I mean, how many times he played that song?
So, Mark, just hear me out for a second, okay?
Yeah.
There are so many people in this life that do not get to experience a moment at all of greatness. Okay. What is it like to feel this moment right here? Knowing that that's not only your friend, but somebody who is great, and look at all these people embracing them and saying they're great, and like you guys are just celebrating together on stage.
Yeah.
As this guy makes art in front of the whole goddamn world, and you're getting to capture it for the first time ever on a flip phone. Thank you. How amazing is that shit? Like, to
I
you.
didn't realize it at the time. Now that I look back at it, I mean, it truly was an amazing time. You know, I became more familiar with his catalog during his funeral and during all of the memorials that we went to, because they played most of his catalog. And I was like, oh, I think I've heard that song before. All right. It kind of sounds familiar. Mm-hmm.
Mark, do you ever think about it?
Only whenever I'm around other heavy metal people who had listened to heavy metal. My son took me to a band to play. Someone from his taekwondo, her brother was in the band, and he said, "Come watch this band with me." I said, "Okay, cool." There's a tribute band. First one was a Metallica one. I didn't know what the second one was. All of a sudden, people are outside. They're all talking about Dimebag Darrell. And I'm like, hey, I was smoking a cigarette. I kind of sidled up to him, kind of like, hey, I like to hear Dimebag Darrell stories. And then, because, you know, I like to share mine. I don't get a chance to share mine.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, people are just like, oh, yeah, I think I know that guy. But I have a whole lot more that I'm going to send you from my cell phone. So maybe next time we chat.
Oh, dude, we have a whole nother one that we can go through. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, because what was it? There was a time that Vinny took me to. Vinny was in a poker game on VH1. It was a celebrity poker game on VH1 with Vinny Paul, Dusty Rhodes from ZZ Top. Is that right? Dusty.
Are you sure it wasn't Zach Rhodes?
No, Dusty. Who's the guy who died? Dusty. I thought he died. The guy from ZZ Top, one of the long white beard guys named Dusty.
Hold on.
He was also on television.
Let's check here. ZZ.
That's Daryl Rhodes that died, right?
Yeah, because Dusty was the wrestler brother.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, wrong guy. Okay, Dusty from ZZ Top. Dusty Hill.
Dusty Hill, brother.
Yeah. See, like I said, I'm not really good with. I didn't really know much of their music. They brought me around these people, and sometimes I won, sometimes I wouldn't. Like, of course, I knew Nickelback when they brought me around Nickelback. When they brought me around, what is his name? Nickelback dude.
Nickelback dude. Goddamn, we're just gonna Google shit all night, folks. Let's see, Nickelback dude.
Nickelback dude, and I don't care. Nickelback dude. But anyways, we did a poker.
If you put in Nickelback dude, it gives you two. Is it Chad Kroger, bro?
Yes, Chad Kroger. What? Nickelback dude?
If you put in fucking Nickelback dude, it comes in. Dude. All you fuckers out there, if you have not Googled Nickelback dude, make sure to Google Nickelback dude. Just saying. You will not be disappointed. Okay.
Well, they had a poker game with Vinnie Paul and those guys, and then Ace Frehley was also in it.
No shit, from Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Are we?
So there's a picture. There's a picture of me. I have a picture of me that I have on my phone.
Are we talking about this fucking guy right here?
Yeah, no, that's Paul Stanley.
Whoa.
There
Are we talking about this motherfucking guy right here?
Yes, the original.
I grabbed the wrong one. And
he looks better with the makeup on, like Gene. He looks better with the makeup on, like Gene.
Well, dude, hey, congrats to those guys. Party for life, man. You know what I mean? Well, if that's not the goal, I don't know what is. So
no doubt. In fact, so I have a picture after the poker game. We went to the Rio, and I have a picture of me, Vinnie Paul, Scott Ian, and Ace Frehley. All four of us.
dude, you're gonna have to send me that one. We're gonna have to do it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah, no. I mean, if we have to wrap this up, I'm fine with wrapping, and then we can
You
come
ready
back
to wrap?
we can come back for round 2.
But hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
All right, cool.
Just give me 1 second. Be right back.
Hit me. I wonder if he's peeing. In December, November.
All right, I'm back, bruh.
All right.
Sorry about that. The girls were like, "I'm starving, we're leaving," and I was like, "Cool," but here's the deal: I'm with Mark, and we're having a great time, so we're just gonna keep it rolling. So we got 30 more minutes. How's that sound, Mark?
What the hell does that mean? I mean, I thought we were all right. Let's see what I got.
Hey, unless you're not having a good time, we can get off any time, Mark.
No, I gotta figure out what photos I got. I got plenty of photos, man.
So have you sent me the next ones?
Yes, here we go.
Okay.
This is me.
We're gonna pull these up too, because I want to see these right now.
You'll
Dude, this has been such an incredible journey so far with you, man. A lot of people probably don't know about all this. You know what I mean?
No, hardly anybody. Until I find out you're it's learning where to brag about your adventures,
experiences.
You can go and tell certain people, and they'll be like, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, whatever. But to me, it's incredible. Like, dude, I was such a Pantera fan growing up, and Pantera was part of the original ECW. A lot of people don't know that. But Pantera, like, their music was a prevalent part of ECW for wrestling. Like, there was a wrestler that had Pantera as their theme song. I believe it was Rob Van Dam. You know what I mean? For his first theme song, which was it Walk was the name of the song. So it'd be like, Walk, what do you say? And then that was the song, and it was badass. And he would come out to fucking Pantera. And dude, if you don't know who Rob Van Dam is, like, in wrestling, like, this dude was amazing. You know what I mean? You guys saw him in the intro of my video that we played earlier. So, Mark, who was your favorite wrestler growing up, bro?
Like I said, it had to be the Von Erichs, and then it had to be The Rock. One thing I loved about The Rock is that he's such an amazing performer. I mean, you have a whole arena, 30,000 people. Most people are afraid to public speak. And most people will tell you, hey, just imagine the audience in their underwear. All right. Well, you look at The Rock, he's reversed it. He's in his underwear, and there's 30,000 people out there that he's talking to. What a performance, man.
Dude, Rock was unbelievable, and he controlled a crowd like no other. So the moment a crowd would get unruly for The Rock would kind of make him feel bad. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to feel bad from The Rock. So, you know what I mean? Like, he was incredible at crowd control, which, we had brought up a point earlier about, illusions and stuff like that. And The Rock was the best at painting the illusion.
Yes, he was.
He was so intriguing that the moment that he came out, no matter what he said, you wanted to root for him. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, dude, he's going to end up being president one day. Wait and see. Like, you guys can mark this shit down right now. You heard me say it right here. That dude is going to end up being president. Wait and see.
Wow.
What do you think about that, Mark?
That's a pretty big ask right there.
Dude, it doesn't matter what you say.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Actually, let's see. We're just going to go ahead and play that real quick.
Let me see if I can.
Doesn't matter what your name is.
It doesn't matter what you think. Okay, I'm trying to find all of my.
It's the bottom line. Success.
What I just sent you over is
coming in hot saying RVD. Guys, we're going to play the intro real quick to this show. We're going to bring it up. Here it comes.
Okay.
So this is the intro that was started with. But then, as you can see, as we go through these pictures of the wrestling photos, we're talking about RVD. Me and RVD actually met in Las Vegas, where he lives, ladies and gentlemen. RVD has a lot of dispensaries out there in Las Vegas. And not only that, but I believe he lives with his fiance and girlfriend, which is always amazing, ladies and gentlemen, in and of itself. There's me and Sting. Also, RVD is the most incredible wrestler ever. Especially, we've been talking about ECW all night. Gary on the show earlier talking about it. You guys saw it. That is the Hellbringers main theme song, by the way, Mark. I actually had all that music produced myself. I wrote some of these songs as well.
Wow. Because I noticed when you first booted it up, I did notice that the whole podcast, all of that. Now I just sent you a slew of pictures. That whole
holy shit
song you're playing at the beginning.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. I mean, well, when you said 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, I got 30 minutes of photos. Let's do this.
Fuck yeah, you do. Holy shit. Bro, is this? Hell yeah. Holy shit.
You pull them up. Tell me.
Got it. We'll go. I'll let you talk, and we'll pull them up. We'll do rounds of 5. How's that sound?
I'm fine with that.
All right, here we go. Coming in with it. Dude, I got to tell you. Here it is. Kevin Anderson says, badass. Hell yeah, man. You know, I've met the Smoking Token when the best of ECW, the television and heavyweight champion, the guy that won the WWE championship before getting suspended for smoking a token. I don't have a problem at all with RVD. I think he's the bee's knees, and I think you guys out there that are watching right now are as well. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Who's RVD?
Rob Van Dam, brother.
Okay.
Dude, you got to check out his matches. The Van Terminator, the Van Daminator. He should have had the Van Fuck You Nator. I don't know what it would have been, but it would have been fucking great. I mean, you just going to stick with the fucking, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. We're going to bring these up right now. What is this?
Coming up the main stage.
Oh, fuck you.
Where's that?
Good. What's that crazy music?
That wasn't me.
It's not me either.
I didn't send that file.
I'm just kidding. Here we go.
Oh, I was going to say, that's not my file. I was like, I'm
How
looking
many
at what I sent.
How many pictures did you send me in that last one?
Around 24 total.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Those were from my phone. That's why I said I got plenty of stories we want to talk later, too.
Oh, wait, absolutely. Let's see. Let's bring this one up first.
Yeah. That is Monkey. from Korn.
No shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He looks, dude, what's wrong with his eye? Did he just pop a blood vessel in his
Yes.
eyeball?
He and the guys from Five Finger Death Punch, when we were in Corpus Christi, they got into a fight backstage, and they ended up kicking Five Finger Death Punch off the rest of the tour. What?
What year was this? That
That was
has to be
that was
97, right?
2006.
That's 2006?
I think. Hang on, 2000. Yeah, 2006. I think.
Oh, I'm
Corpus Christi.
'cause,
Yeah.
Dude, you got the grade, my bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there he is. And I had been making out with a girl backstage.
Now, let me
And-
ask you about this
Yeah.
girl first day, okay? So,
Yeah.
this particular girl, did she end up giving you any kind of mouth herpes from this?
No.
It
No.
was 2006. Are you sure?
No. Positive.
All right. So, how'd you meet this girl?
She was in the front row of the concert, and when you hang out on the side of the stage during the Korn concert, you know, you can say like, "Hey, do you want to come backstage?" I got all access
That was
back.
your in, huh? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
come on back.
And then she watched it on stage with me, and then I made out with her. I don't know how that happened. We were both drinking, I guess. We go back to the there's a thing called, Vinny used to call it bigger, better, rock star. Always happens with the girls. You know, the girls
Yep.
will see you, they'll go hang out with you, and then as soon as Monkey enters the room and she's like, and she sees everybody around him, who is that? And it's like, oh, that's Monkey from Korn. Oh my gosh, he's from Korn. And I'm like, okay, I see the look in her eyes, you
It's
know, and I'm
over.
just like, yeah. So I go, hey, come with me. We'll go meet him. So I introduced her to him. I said, hey, Monkey, this girl wanted to meet you. She was very excited to meet you. I thought I would leave you two to chat, see if you had anything in common. And then I left her. And then I left her. That's just me and Vinny hanging out.
Well, I'm just saying, how many mouths did that go around that night? All right, here we go.
Ah. Ah. Me and Vinny in Vegas. That's KidWok's actual fur
Is
coat.
it? That's what
Uh-huh.
I was thinking, dude. Holy
Mhm.
shit, man.
And we're at the strip club. Can you tell the girl there's a girl behind me? We're at a strip club. We're at
You
Vinnie
are.
Paul's. We're at Vinnie Paul's strip club, the one, the clubhouse in Dallas.
Where is this at? In Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love the Christmas tree in the background. That makes it.
Look, I was even wearing beads back then. Look, I had about 10. I had about 10 on
So-
each side.
You're still rocking the same goatee, too. It's just a
Mhm.
little longer back then.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about rocking with KidWok right here.
KidWok never showed up. It was who was it? Somebody went to his show that night, and they were like, "We were just backstage with KidWok, and we got this." And Vinny was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that he gave you that." Apparently, he has more than one.
So you still have this?
That wasn't mine. No, I was just like, "Let me put it on." I just want to
Oh,
put it on.
so I thought you said he gave it to you for a
No.
second.
No,
So, dude, what is that made out of? Is that fucking like real?
it
fucking
felt like
peacock?
carpet. It
It
felt
was
like
like the
carpet.
best-
It was
The
all hot.
last peacock in the world. You
No,
fucking-
yeah. It felt like stuffed animal. It was like stuffed animal fur. You know what I mean? Like he went out and shot the largest stuffed animal you could win at Six Flags.
Oh shit!
You know, it has those that tuft of hair that's kind of like a troll doll, the troll doll hair on a pencil, the end of a pencil. It's that kind of. It's like this doesn't even feel good.
This
Oh,
man's battery is low. He
Come on.
needs to exchange his
Oh.
battery.
Here, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah. Did you make that sound effect, or is that
Yes.
what that actually was?
All right.
I tell you what, that sounds like a good, amazing opportunity for an ad. How's that sound?
All right. I don't know if I have another battery.
Boom.
I have a
wanna
video
say
camera.
hello to pro comic artist Mark May. What's going on, man? You got Hellbringers coming out, the series, the comic series. Looking forward to that. I'm sure it's fanging and banging, and you did a hell of a job.
And we did. So let's show you the Dawn of the Devil video real quick while we get our man back. Here we go, ladies and
Okay, hang on,
gentlemen.
we're gonna try this.
Boom, boom.
Take out this battery real quick.
Boom, 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 boom.
I can't hear you.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, hang on. I had one plugged in because I saw that the other one was dead, completely dead.
It's coming, brother. Don't you worry. We're all good.
Mark May's Hellbringer. Rated R.
That was good. I like that a lot. Brother, what did you think about Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil? See, that one right there, that came out in February of last year, 2021. That was my all-time favorite comic book that I've made so far. And that was back then. That's crazy, right? Like all the ones up till now, you would think that my last one would be my favorite, but that one still ranks as number one because that's where Lucifer takes over hell after God banishes him to hell.
Man, like I said, I'm gonna have to grab the series and read it myself. I do like the artwork, and I like what I want to see what you're up to, because if I end up voicing this, I mean, we got to start working together. Come on.
I tell you what, man, I'll send you the PDF for free. You can read the whole thing, my brother. So
nice. You don't have to spell. What is PDF? What is PDF? You know, we're all adults here, bro. Just
it's like the online version of the book, brother.
You don't know. You don't know what PDF means, do you? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just like the WCEWF. All right. I'm telling you, partner. It doesn't matter what you. All right.
Holy shit!
What?
I know what we can do.
PDF.
Nope. I have been looking for somebody that can be like my ring announcer partner for when we do these like matches that we're going to be doing for the WCEWF.
That's funny. All right, let's do it.
If you got time, do you want to do it with me where we put it on YouTube and we'll do it? No shit. You would?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I swear to God, because that would suck.
What is it exactly? What does it entail?
Okay. So I'll tell you what. So the first thing you got to do is you got to go to the WCEWF on Instagram. We got it scrolling on the bottom down here, but we're going to throw it across the screen real quick. You've got to follow us on Instagram. You got to follow the WCEWF on Facebook. Okay. And then we've got to get this thing big. We've got to get this thing shared out. We got to get at least 1,000 likes before people start to follow us and think this thing is cool. It's going to take us at least 6 months to a year before anybody ever fucking hears of us. And we've got to promote it. All it is I'm going to take my pick federation. We're going to make matches of it. I know in your head, Mark, you're probably like, what is this nerd talking about? But if you guys have been following along and you see my production on what I've been doing on the WCEWF and the stages I've been building, the backgrounds I've been building, we're building a set, man, and it looks great. And the moment I start taking photographs, and me and you, if we were announcing these matches, telling the story that I could write, I think it'd be fucking awesome, dude. And I think people would listen. And you know what? We might get more viewers than we've gotten tonight. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know how many we've gotten tonight.
I do.
Okay. Well, listen, but it was great hanging out with you either way, brother. I mean, we hung out 2 hours.
Listen, I do not do this for that reason at all.
The only other person I've hung out with 2 hours on video chat is my Aunt Ruth. All right. So
Mark, we're friends in real life. I like to think. I saw you were hanging out with a dude from Colorado Springs Comic-Con riding bikes a couple days ago, and I was so jealous, man.
Oh yeah, Adrian.
Dude, is it Adrian?
Yeah, Adrian does the security.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. Adrian.
But he goes by Perseus or something?
Perseus. Yeah, Perseus. So here's the deal on Perseus, man. That dude is one of the coolest dudes I think I've met. Yeah, like he seems so cool. So when I saw that, I was like, bro, I'll ride some bikes. You know what I mean?
I told you I have an extra electric bike.
Oh, you do? You have an extra e-bike, dude. I would totally.
But if you live down here, we'd be using it, but you don't.
Yeah, we would.
I offered to. In fact, I hit up Adrian and said this Sunday's looking really good for riding, and he said he's busy all day. I was like, oh man,
dude. I tell you what, I'll ask Adina, and we'll see if maybe we can bring our e-bike down, and we'll have E-bike party, bro.
Yeah. Well, whenever you
Dude,
decide that
nobody-
you're going to come down
people-
sometime and
Yeah,
ride.
people out there, listen, like e-bike time is where it's at. Also, Mark, we got to bring the kid every other weekend down to the Springs, bro. So just so you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's one of those kind of things, if you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. So, oh God. Can't lose this. This thing made an appearance a couple weeks ago. It was quite the hit.
I get it. A hit. No pun intended.
But so, Mark, we are gonna run as long as you want us to run tonight, bro.
Well, I mean, I think I'm about done. I got to pee. Oh,
I'm about there too, bro.
you know, I feel like my teeth are starting to float.
Yeah, well, I mean that sandwich.
That's
kinda
old
did you
people
in.
phrase. That's old people phrase right there.
I'm learning as we go, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, this show has been the bee's knees.
Dude, you've been the bee's knees, and
Yeah.
it's been fun hanging out. A lot of people don't understand, like, we've got this natural chemistry where we can actually just hang out and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So-
that's right. Next time the Colorado Springs Comic Con's down here, it's on.
Oh, for sure, man. We got to find a way. Like I said, we'll do this cross promotion thing. Like,
Are you
there's
doing
gotta
all
be a
C's?
way.
Are you doing all C's in
Are you?
April? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I might now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we won't see each other. I mean, come on. I guess we can go have dinner after the each
Well-
show every night, right?
Well, here's the
We
thing:
can do
is
stuff like that. So we'll see each other for dinner. But I
If
mean,
I
when
did-
we're
if
in
I-
our booths, it's
if
like
I did do it, ladies and gentlemen, I would be the coolest comic guest they had. Just saying. So if they could figure it out and they want me there, they can James Farnsworth and other peeps, you know who to contact if you want it. And if not, Mark, we've got all sorts of opportunities.
if you want it, here it is. Come and get it. But you better hurry, cause it's going fast. All right.
I mean, you're not wrong. Here's the deal, guys. I actually don't want to do a lot of appearances next year in 2023.
Oh, they
So-
don't understand how fun it is to sit in a booth for 8 hours. for 3
Nobody
days.
does.
People don't
Nobody
understand
does.
how fun it is.
So I've got 3 shows I'm thinking about maybe doing next year, but I'm telling you what, James is a former friend of mine, and if he asked me to do it, I would totally do it. I'm putting it out there. So it's got to be him though. Mark, as far as you, brother,
Yes.
let's get the fuck out of here tonight.
I have the next Comic Cons you can check me out at. I'm looking at my calendar right here at the same time I'm talking to you. I am in San Diego at the Rocket Con. Rocket Con. Rocket Con. Won't you rock me, Rocket Con? Rocket Con. All right. So then I have in March, I am in Wisconsin at Appleton at the Skyline Comedy Club. I'll be doing a week of stand-up comedy. Then after that, I have All C's coming up Easter weekend. Then I have Lubbock Comedy Comic-Con coming up in June. I have Bell County Comic-Con, which is one of the best Comic-Cons in the U.S. That and Colorado Springs, I consider 2 of the top Comic-Cons that I've been to, where, you know, accommodations, everything, the way that everybody got along, the way they treated the guests. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it was just phenomenal. And then we also have Colorado Springs Comic-Con coming up. And then that's basically it. You can go get the rest on my website, KidWok.com, not cow dick, KidWok.com.
So let me ask you a question. Have you inquired on Las Vegas Comic-Con at all?
No. In fact, I want to host the Comic-Cons more so than because I hosted the Rhode Island Comic-Con, which basically requires me going around gathering a bunch of interviews just and seeing everything about the con. I mean, that was so amazingly fun. What's that? What's that?
You got to get me next time for an interview, bro.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was like, what's going on? Is he saying the girls are home? The girls are back home? I
No.
thought I heard people chatting.
That is the ladies in the background. But here's the deal. I was on the news in this last Colorado Springs Comic Con. They did interview me and put me on the news. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see that, Google Colorado Springs Comic Con
Nice.
interview with Marky May. So
chances are more people saw you at the convenience store here in Colorado Springs. So you may recognize him from the convenience store.
That is that's a big news station over there, Mark.
All right, okay, all right. I'm just busting your balls.
I know you are. Hey,
comedians do that. You know what I mean?
You do. That's why we get along so well, brother.
Yeah.
Kevin Anderson says, "Thanks for letting me hang with you guys, but I gotta go. Good night."
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag me too.
I think I'm using that wrong, but hashtag.
Hey, you might not be though.
You know,
dude, awesome time hanging out with you. Amazing interview. We've got to do this again. We've got so much more to talk about. I just downloaded the pictures and put them into the brand section. Guys, we haven't even fucking started, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't even started. You guys are
Carrie Hart, Corey Hart. Carrie Hart, not Corey Hart. Corey Hart is there's a monkey again.
All right, guys.
All right, man. You're looping me back in. Stop it.
It's just you guys got to understand how we just brought this in. And here's the deal, Mark. We've got so much more to talk about. Let's just do it again.
Yes, let's do it. All right,
Mark. Last word. What you got?
Last word is can you smell what the wok is cooking? That's hot dog fried rice. That's all I got, brother. I'm heading home to grab some real
what your name is. And that's the bottom line.
He also do that. Finally, the wok has come back to Tulsa. You know, and then the audience would do that with him. He would also do the, because I have millions. And they would go, and millions.
For 3 boring minutes, The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth.
Yes.
All
right, man. Well, we will see you later, and we'll talk to you online, bro.
Dude, it's been fun, man. Have a good night, brother.
All right, you too.